Hey guys, how you doing? So I'm gonna stream really fast, like 30 minutes in and out, just to make me finish the work that I was planning to do. And I'm really trying to adopt. I guess I do this already, like kind of build and show what I'm building and kind of learn from that. But I kind of do it a little bit less now. So I'm trying to make it primary for myself. So right now, the issue that I'm resolving is something that I saw my manager point out. She's like, "Hey, when Goose was done completing work, it used to send me like notification. I didn't notice this was a issue because I always have my computer on do not disturb. Um, but I'm like, let me go ahead and fix that. Um, and see the different ways that I can fix this. So I'm going to turn off do not disturb first. And I don't know what I just clicked. Oops. There we go. So the first thing I would do is I would usually people don't typically use their agent this way. They typically go in with a whole plan and stuff like that. I think that might be a little bit overkill for this situation, and I usually like to talk back and forth with Goose and give it a little bit of like information for myself and for itself. I saw someone call this like the Socratic method. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter. It was somebody from Cognition. I'm like, oh yeah, make it sound fancy. Because I know my way is a little bit looked down upon. Oh, okay, I found it. I'm about to drag it over here and close Discord. Right here, like Theodore from um Cognition says, like, after 6 months of watching engineers use coding agents, I found the most productive users have something in common. The best ones use what I call Socratic mode. Instead of just telling the agent what to do, they start with questions that force it to load the right files and actually understand the abstractions. They keep going and correcting the agent until they're both confident. They and the agent understand the shape of the problem and the goals. The benefit here is that you, instead of guessing at a plan up front, you're both helping yourself and the agent truly understand the code base first before starting to make any changes. By the time you ask it to do something, all the context is already built and the path forward is clear. So I think I tend to use this type of approach, although it's not like the fanciest and coolest. I think for this particular problem, I'm going to do that. So typically, I would do this. I'm probably just going to paste in the problem that Angie pointed out. So I have a little, I guess there's a little bit of like context engineering in this. So I have a recipe or like a reusable workflow where I ask Goose questions that I seen people in the community ask, like, oh, there's this bug, or is this supposed to work this way? Because although I know the answer, sometimes I want to double check that like I'm not missing something. This recipe makes Goose like look through like open issues that exist. And like just it has a couple other things. So I'm just gonna press send, um, and I'm gonna say user said, and then we can look at the recipe in. Let me create a new window here so we can see like what's inside the recipe, because I made this a long time ago. Open a new window, edit recipe. So when users ask technical questions about the product, thoroughly investigate the code base. This is like, I'm not in the code base every single day, so I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Get history, relevant documentation to understand what changed, when it changed, and why. Look for specific commits, version tags, migration code to verify claims. Check the actual implementation in the code to confirm behavior. After gathering information, provide 2 response formats: a detailed technical explanation with high confidence levels, and then a concise, personalized 2 to 3 sentence. I usually like copy and paste that, maybe change that into my own words. So I already know this, but I'm priming, like I did this last night. When Angie asked like, hey, what happened to notifications? I did that just to be like, hey, what happened? And then Goose was like, oh, it got removed in this PR. And then I asked the engineers, like, was this purposely removed? And they said no. But I'm doing this to kind of prime Goose so it's aware of like what the problems are. So if we go back, we can see that it's searching. It's like, let me help you investigate this. Let me look into the notification system. And it says that there's a show notification function that's defined in preload, but let me check if it's actually being called anywhere in the application. So let's check. And I shouldn't be streaming right now. Well, I have like a group meeting, like not my company team, but like my community, Blackrel, for like Black developer advocates. They meet every day at not every day, every other Friday at 3. So right now is when we're all meeting. They're meeting by themselves, and I'll join them a little later. We typically go on until 5. So I'm like, I'll just do this real quick. I was supposed to do it earlier. And I just want to feel like I ended the week off on a strong note. So we're getting this done. It's still searching. So what it says so far, I like to read what it says. Like it says, now I see the on-stream finish callback. Let me wait. When did this on-stream finish callback come from? Okay, they found some on-stream finish callback. Let me check what happens when it's called and if there was ever a notification. So it's just looking through these files. And this is good for me, so I know, like, okay, we're changing the right things. Now let me check if there's any code that actually calls a show notification when Goose finishes a task. I see that it's defined in preload, but I don't see it being called anywhere. So I'm hoping it comes to this particular conclusion that, oh, this is like not zoomed in enough, but that it got removed with this PR. If it doesn't, I'll just tell it straight up, like, hey, it got removed with this PR. But I find it helpful when I allow Goose to like kind of look through the code and discover it on its own, and then we're both at the same like playing field. A user said they got this error. While that's happening, I can probably paste this in. I see the please retry thing often, but let me just see what Goose has to say about it. Okay. That's weird that it's an unknown user. So I'm gonna run this recipe. And this is the thing, everybody's real into this, running multiple sessions in parallel, running their agents in parallel, whatever. I didn't know that was such a cool thing. What I do want to figure out is how my main agent can run multiple agents. I have used sub agents before, but I feel like there's some other thing that I'm missing. And I use sub agents often, actually. So they're saying, I see notifications are managed by OS system, OS settings. Let me look for where the actual Goose is done notification would be. There was a notification that was removed. Let me find out when and why. Okay. This is what I wanted to get to, because I have it set up in my operating system for it to allow notifications now. So now it has the full picture. Let me check when this commit was made and if there's a related PR. I should be done with this in 30 minutes, I think. So while that's happening, it's going through the user's question about where it says failed to parse JSON response, end of EOF, while parsing a string at line 1, column 62,238. Please retry if you think this is transient. All right, here we go. Understanding the error. This is happening in the Claude Code provider. The error occurs in the parse Claude Code response, trying to parse the JSON from Claude CLI. Indicates that this is a large response. Check that it's up to date, enable debug mode. I might ask them to send me their diagnostics report so I can see a little bit deeper, but I'll let them know this part. Would you be able to send your diagnostics report. Copy link for the session that gave you this error. I agree, could be network, or could be that Claude Code needs updating, but we can give a better answer if we see what exactly happened in your session. Thanks. Okay. So I'm about to get distracted. All right. Here we go. Now Goose fully got everything that we were talking about here, or that we were looking for. And it says the Goose's finished notification task was intentionally removed, but I talked to them. It wasn't intentionally. It was removed in this commit. The notification code that was removed looked like this, and this was part of a large refactor. Okay. We actually need to, and let's see how many tokens we used. 42%. I'm going to go ahead and compact this first and then tell it like we need to actually like restore that functionality. I'll start typing it. We need to restore the notification functionality. Oh, another thing I think I'm going to do is put on the extension. I hope I didn't stop it. Yeah, I did. Oops. Let me turn on the to-do extension. This is how I like to plan. Okay, here we go. So some people use the /plan command. Some people give an instructions file. I like to talk with Goose, and then based on that conversation, I turn on the to-do extension and tell it to act upon that. So I don't know why I have compact here twice like this. Like, what was I doing? But I'm going to go ahead and have it compact the session, edit in place, and then I'll start typing. We need to restore this functionality. Let's make a plan to restore. Let's see. It doesn't seem like it got compacted. Is that really true? Let's double check. Let's make a plan to restore this, the notification functionality. Make sure all. Here's a couple things that I do think we, like off the top of my head, should be in the plan. Make sure it's in all the right areas. And if there's a test file for this functionality or similar, we should add a test. That way, if it gets removed again, it will fail. Also, I know I'm all feeling like, oh my God, people are going to judge, but whatever. Also, was this functionality only part of the desktop application? Do we need to restore it in the CLI? Let's see. I don't think it actually compacted. Oh yeah, it did now. It just took a while to update. Cool. I'm about to put music on. Let's see. I wish we could listen to like real music, but of course, YouTube or something is gonna like flag me. So we can do. So Goose is doing its thing, looking through files, and I'm hoping that I don't have to tell it directly use the to-do extension. But if not, like, let's make a plan should work for it. I think that plan mode, while it is great, right? The reason it exists is to is really to solve a UX problem where maybe people aren't asking to create a plan, or they don't know that's like a possibility or something that exists. So people are like, oh, just make a plan mode, like slash plan. Let's see what it's exactly doing here. I think it's just looking through things. It's looking for files that have the word notification, ticker, just to make sure it's covering all its spots. It's so interesting. I decided to use the open source version now so I can see how many tokens that I'm actually using. And it's really interesting to see the input and the output, or at least how much money that I'd be using, because now I can see a little bit more from like a user's personal experience. Like, oh, wow, you guys are using a lot of money just for like a few requests. Let's see. Oh, hey. Lo-fi beats for Goose to vibe quotas should be a thing. I know, right? I might have what's that thing called? The AI music thingy. What is that thing called? Starts with a S. Suno, something like that. And then hey Moses SOG. All right. Cool. Why is it still trying to find the root cause? Okay, so it made a plan. All right, so it says, now I have a complete picture. Let me summarize my findings and create a restoration plan, right? So there was a notification ticker. We already know this. It's Bloomberg style, blah, blah, blah. Like, I just love for Goose to like really understand before it like dives into stuff. And this is just how I understand things. So there's this never merged to main. I don't know, what do they mean that it was never merged to main? Matrix collaboration, notification, session invitation, message, user joins, leaves, connection status. Oh, we do not need all that. Oh, Spencer has some separate branch. Okay. You might have done too much. Bring back the complete ticker with matrix integration. We don't need the matrix integration. I think that's like a feature that hasn't been restored, like created yet. We don't need the matrix integration, just notification that Goose has completed its task. And then use the to-do extension. This is going to be like the to-do list to make sure, like, you know how sometimes agents just go off on their own. They're like, oh, I was fixing this, but then I thought maybe this would be cool to solve. And you're like, yo, what? So this to-do extension should help it just stay on task. But it's doing a lot more searching than I was intending for it. I feel like it's because the camera's on. As soon as I turn on the camera, it's like going elsewhere. What is that thing called? I'm about to look it up. I think it's called Sumo or something. Sumo music? Suno. Yeah, that's what it's called. Where like you use AI powered like music and stuff like that. A lot of people use it. It's cute. Okay. Hopefully Goose comes to a solution. I think I made it do a little too much. And this is my thing. I think a lot of these agentic workflows are cool, but maybe Goose is too new of a project for this. Like sometimes I'm like, there's like a really like straightforward way to resolve this issue, and we're like taking the long way around. Like I think I could have solved this by just saying like, fix this. But I was like, make a plan. Let's see. while this is happening, I might create a new session and like see if that one even acts a little bit faster. Okay, so notifications. This is how I would typically do it. Notification. Goose used to notify users when the task was completed. Looks like that functionality was removed, and I want to restore that functionality. Was accidentally. And then I would probably give it, because I'm like, I get it. Okay. So restoration plan, task complete notifications. Yeah, let's fix this. What needs to be done? Update on stream finish. Yeah, go ahead. Yes. Complete. Yes, proceed. Yeah, it's such a minimal change that I feel like we didn't need to do all of that. Can you use the to-do extension to make sure you stay on track with the changes? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, going to this one to see if this one's even faster, because I feel like it would be. I just want to show it the PR that changed it and what needs to be restored, and then bang, it should be done. We'll see which one gets finished faster. Oh, no. I pressed enter by accident. But let's do this. Copy stuff. So Goose used to notify users, and it looked like this, and it was removed in this PR. Let's restore. This is how I would do it, and that's how I should have done it in the beginning. And the PR was this. There we go. Stop. Why is it still going? All right, so let's let both of these do a little bit of a race. This one might be done. It's creating the test file. Oh, there it is. It made its to-do list. And this to-do list says investigate existing notifications infrastructure, identify where notifications should be triggered, create a restoration plan. And then its implementation is simple. It's going to update that on-stream finish method. It's going to check if the window's focused, and then it's going to add a test file, and then it's going to run like some verification. I think I'll test this myself too to see if it works. Lint passed with no errors. This might already be done. Cool. Let's see if, and it might not be a good idea to do this right now, but if I run Goose locally, if this will work. The problem is it takes a little long to run locally. Oops. CD Goose, CD work Goose, that's where Goose, and then just run UI. It might take a bit to actually build, so I might have to do this offline. But I'll just put up the PR and I'll manually test it. Cool. This is it. This is what I wanted. I'm gonna tell Goose, let's use the GitHub CLI to open a PR, and what I can do on my own while I'm in my Black Row community chat. I'll review the code myself. I can even tell Goose to review the code too, just to double check. We have a Copilot review thing in there as well, and then I can manually test it once this build is finished, just to make sure. But I can't have this just sitting there. I'm pretty sure no one's going to be like merging or approving my PR on a Friday afternoon like this. So let's see. This took a little longer than I usually go because I'm just nervous. Like, oh my God, people's going to judge me at the way that I use AI agents. Let's see, here it is. It made my PR for me perfect. And the two files that were changed, here we go. We have this on stream finish. I don't know if we need all of these comments, but I'll read through just to double check. And then it made this test file. I also don't know if the team's going to be like, we don't need tests for this particular thing. This doesn't have too many like UI tests in it, so I don't know if this is overkill. But I'm gonna kind of look through like what tests we currently have. Is this okay? But for now, I feel pretty like decent about this. I feel like adding a test is good. That way, no one deletes it by accident again, like what happened before. But that's it for my live stream. This is all I intended to really get done, and this should have been done faster. But yeah, that's it. Bye, guys.